These stories are shocking. Hey guys, what you doing? What you up to? This is Mitch of the Lionheart. Welcome to Fact News. And I want to start with an article straight out of France. Yeah, France, ladies and gentlemen, France. First of all, French doctor violently arrested for prescribing ivermectin. A French doctor was arrested for prescribing ivermectin to his patients suffering from COVID-19 when the practitioner tried to defend himself against a violent arrest. The state filed further complaints against Dr. Jean-Paul Theron and summarily detained him for alleged violence. Now, the fake news media has been continually lying about this incredible heroic doctor that has been just completely taken advantage of, used, as you can see, just thrown in the back of a cop car and arrested. And they are saying, the fake news is saying that this doctor has not been arrested because of prescribing ivermectin, because he threw a chair at a bailiff. But listen to this. The medical doctor was first arrested and then released because he had treated COVID-19 patients with ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. Then a bailiff returned to his home to harass him even more, obviously, because this is what Stasi, communist, Nazi thugs do. And they came to his residence on September 16th to notify him. Okay, notify him, harass him, and bully him. Okay, and they notified him, just like in Australia, all right, of more spurious complaints filed against him by the state. And obviously he would be very angry about this, and he expressed his outrage by hurling a tray and various other objects, allegedly lightly injuring the bailiff's arm. But the fake news, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they're at it again, calling this man a horrible individual that is being dragged out for no other reason but of throwing something at the bailiff, who just came to his house to notify him of more complaints for prescribing life-saving medicine. Okay, let's continue. Let's go on to something else. And I gotta share something with you guys, because again, we're going to bring the facts and we're going to bring stories that are just unbelievable. I mean, this is the world we live in. But let me share this with you. Okay, let me share this with you. In horrible news, a teen girl, 15, was killed and 3 others were injured in a senseless shooting in Trenton on Saturday evening. Shemaiah Davis, 15, was gunned down in capital of New Jersey Saturday evening. A woman, 19, was in critical condition, and a man, 17, was recovering after a heart attack. Look how beautiful this girl is. Life just taken by bullets, by gang violence, and by shooting innocent people. 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen, 15 years old. I mean, it's despicable what is going on. And I tell you, this kind of innocent blood that is shed every day. I mean, you have heard reports, I've heard reports of 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, even 2-year-olds being killed in Chicago with the ongoing gang violence. And I cannot show you these articles or these videos because YouTube is going to coin them as, or label them as, violence. I mean, God forbid we can show true news on YouTube without these people banning and suspending videos and taking down videos for showing the truth and the horrible gang violence that is being perpetrated on innocent people. But without further ado, let me share with you another article that I brought up. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you this. Broadway folks bragged about forging COVID tests to go to the Tony's parties, obviously, because the elite is exempt from wearing masks and blah, 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 but the common folk are the ones that get everything, right? We have to be submitted to terror and tyranny. At Sunday's night's Tony Awards, Broadway put on a united front about wearing masks in theaters for the safety of audiences. Everyone here is vaxxed and tested, and everyone wearing a mask. But away from the glare of the cameras at the Winter Gala, the lecturing stopped cold. Up in the mezzanine bar, as Jennifer Holliday was brilliantly belting out her classic, and I'm telling you, from the musical Dreamgirls on stage, overheard a tuxedoed man loudly discussing the hot after party for slave play at Newer House, which appropriately was requiring proof of vaccination and a negative COVID test. My assistant found a picture online of a Benix Now test that was negative and sent it. One said was a laugh, encouraging his friends to do the same. Not so funny to your paying audiences, fellas. So basically, these people, I mean, are forging COVID tests to go to the Tonys. God knows how many people are vaxxed or non-vaxxed, but I see a lot of this going on, ladies and gentlemen. I see a lot of this going on. At the elite are exempt from mask wearing and PCR tests, but us little folk are not. Unbelievable, huh? But it's not. It is truly believable because this is the terror that we're experiencing. On another note, let's go to another article that I brought up. Beijing responsible for the largest transnational crackdown in the world. Well, it's not Beijing, it's the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, as you can see. The Chinese Communist Party is responsible for the largest transnational crackdown in the world, to muzzle diaspora. The Chinese regime, the lovely Chinese regime, has mounted the largest transnational crackdown in the world to ensure that the Chinese communities globally toe the party line. Obviously, not only the Chinese communities, but the world communities, the multinational corporations, big pharma, big tech, the mainstream fake legacy media. I mean, there was all peddling the Chinese Communist Party party line. I mean, there was a database released, as I did in my other video, showing that 1.95 million spies and CCP loyalists have infiltrated into the mainstream media. I mean, what is new? The report presents a comprehensive look into the Chinese influence operations worldwide. The regime also directly places pressure on at least 9 foreign states, demanding the arrest of individuals in those countries who are wanted by Chinese authorities. I mean, the regime, that population is a priority target for influence operations because they have easier access to uncensored views critical of the Chinese Communist Party. Of course, they're going to ban people. Of course, they're going to bring a Stasi and Nazi guard around the world. Look what's going on in Australia to arrest people who want to speak up against the atrocities of the Chinese Communist Party and the crimes against humanity perpetrated by this evil regime. But look what's happening. The blueprint and the franchise of the Chinese Communist Party has been used in Australia and is used around the world. Particularly in Australia. I mean, people can't get food, and sit in the park and have a walk in the park without being arrested. Now, that video, funnily enough, I couldn't upload for our live stream today. For supposedly, it couldn't be attained from a browser perspective. I'm not sure. But obviously, the algorithms of Google and others have been banning these videos from leaking to the public. Which is obviously the truth. I mean, that's why we have to use things like DuckDuckGo and other places because we just get banned, we get suspended. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to share with you something, this from Australia. These are all the nurses that are in a sit-in protesting the vaccine mandates. These are nurses, ladies and gentlemen. And look at the Stasi, the Gestapo, all standing by to arrest them. And again, unbelievable. Like I said, these people who are standing on the wrong side of destiny, they are going to really have to deal with their own consciousness and their souls. Because if these Stasi thugs that have been mandated for a paycheck to go against their oath to defend people, that is really sickening. And I hope they're really going to look themselves in the mirror. But anyway, everybody, thanks for joining in. This is Mitch of the Lionheart on Fact News, and we'll see you next time right here on Fact News. Take care.